Hi there. I'd like to show you how to do a quick character animation for the word abysmal. A lot of the test questions we make are about vocab words, or they kind of convey a story. So all I'm going to do is try to make I just Googled vocab words and I grabbed the first one I saw, and I'm going to try and tell a story that would supplement this definition. So all I did, I really like FlatIcons, flaticon.com. I just searched bad, and this guy looks pretty good. So I was gonna download this guy, and then I was thinking of my storyboard for this. To make a storyboard, I start by typing presentation.new, which pops open a new Google presentation. Abysmal. And I clear my storyboard and I say, let's grab these. Did I download it? I'm just going to download this guy. Come on. Let me try. Looks like it got stuck or something. With the author attributions, you can just put a link in there. Here we go. Okay, now I have complaining over here. And I'm just going to say, so maybe for explaining it, I could say, am I spelling it right? Abysmal. Let me check to make sure I'm spelling it right. Very good. You want to double check yourself. Abysmal. Good. Want to double check yourself when you're making presentations like this because it's really easy to spell a word wrong. I'm hitting Control Shift period to make this bigger or smaller, and then I could just copy extremely bad adjective, extremely bad. And I could make this, maybe I'll make this gray. I want to demarcate it. I want the demarcation to be a little bit nicer. And maybe I could make it I kind of like thin fonts. Roboto thin is really nice. And I don't like how adjective is abbreviated. Abbreviations often confuse the heck out of people. Adjective. Did I spell that one right? Yeah. And there we go. And maybe I could. There. And now for my animation, for my storyboard, I could say uh, make the voice, the 3-line voice thing, appear and disappear. And then I think I'm going to try to make his mouth as if he were yelling at me. And there we go. There's my storyboard. And that's it. Very, very simple. This could take, 2-second animation. We don't need to be complicated. Our goal here is to we could just tell the student this. We could just say abysmal means really bad, but no student wants that, right? Students, they want something, they want a little more. They want something that engages them, something a little fun, something a little whimsical. So we're going to give them that. To give them the whimsy, I'm just going to make a little 2-second animation that makes this a little bit fun. And oh, by the way, with the length here, you can just reference it like this. And zoop. Come on. And I'm just gonna take away. It's just the href here, this link here. That's what they want. They want everyone to go to flaticon.com. So I can just put that in the corner here, maybe make it a light gray. And all I'm trying to do here is to make this a little bit more fun than just this, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna open up to make. So with this, let me do the easy one first. I want to try and simulate a flipbook. Has everyone made those little flipbooks out of paper? Out of what are they called? Post-it notes. If you ever done these, we can do this within a Google presentation. Very easy. All we're doing, these are our different pieces of paper. So this is a different method than using Pixteller or Adobe Animate or Adobe After Effects. And it's kind of, to me, it feels a little cheap. It feels, I would rather you learn to use Pixteller or learn to use something a little more advanced. This is kind of a poor man's method, a quick and dirty method that also, it gets the job done, but it's not as impressive as a keyframe animation. I would call this a flipbook animation, not a keyframe animation. But anyway, I'm going to show it to you anyway. Feel free to use it, especially if you try and try and try a keyframe animation. Um, if you just really struggle hour after hour with the keyframe animation, go ahead and try this method and see if that gets you somewhere. So let's go ahead and open this in paint.net. And I want to take away, paint.net is a very simple bitmap editor. All I did was select that voice thing and got rid of it. Now I want to save this as a different, I want to save it as complain 2. And now I can drop complain 2 into here, and there we go. Done. There's that could be the entire animation. Then I just hit Control D to duplicate this, and I could hit Control D to duplicate this, and I could do it again. And now I'm going to hit the down button. Oh, that didn't work. That was terrible. I didn't have them as the same size. So let me try deleting all these guys, making him the same size. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to redrop him. So when I go up and down really fast, he kind of jumps to the right. That's bad. So I want to change this one over. I'm holding shift and pushing over, and there we go. I can still see him moving 1 pixel, but that's okay. I could polish that later. And now when I go fast, there's my animation. And that's a ridiculously simple animation. Not very impressive. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more impressive by making this version 2. Let's see here. Let's try, I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that mistake. I just selected this up here and I'm hitting the M key, and I thought maybe I could make his mouth partially closed. I want him to make his mouth closed so he's kind of yelling at me. And I can use this, that was M to do that, to drag it down. And I can use my color picker here, and if I hold Control, I can get this color. I want to match this color. Then I want to paint and clean up these lines just a little bit. Zoop. Zoop. And there we go. And now I'm going to save this as complain 3. And now I'm going to go back here. And let's try deleting these. Let's try this. And let's try this. He's a little bit too far to the right, so I'm going to hold Control or Shift and arrow it over. Yeah, he's still 1 or 2 pixels to the right. Ha ha ha. Now let's do another one. Let's do a third one with a mouth that's even. I'm just going to select this up here, hit M, and I'm going to clean up these edges again. I can make my paintbrush a little bit bigger. There we go. And now we're almost done. I'm going to make this complain 4. And I'm going to duplicate this. I just hit Control D for duplicate. And then I'm going to make complain 4. Oh, that turned out small for some reason. I don't know why I did that. And it's still, this time it's too far to the left. Now he's up and too far to the right, so I'm just going to try and align and match him up. And there we go. Now, let's see what happens if I just selected all these and I hit Control C, and then I hit Control V, and let's see how this looks. We're just going to test our animation here. It could be better, but it gets the job done. So that's adequate. And now I'm going to, it's not a GIF yet. This is just a slide deck. To make this a GIF, we're going to do a very simple process. We're going to download this as a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to open it in PowerPoint. I'm just going to show you a really easy trick. Enable editing. There might be another way to do this. I'll pause the video and try to find one. But if you don't have PowerPoint, most students have PowerPoint. I'm going to export this, create a video. No, we want to create an animated GIF. And I'm going to change my seconds to spend on each slide. I'm going to change that to 0.1. And I'm going to test it out. Not bad. Not the best animation in the world, but we made it in 12 minutes, and it's fun. It's more fun than just this. And we only used a couple different tools to make it. Pretty easy. If I were to continue polishing this, I might try to find some nicer looking mouth drawings. You know, his mouth kind of looks kind of silly. And then I see him bouncing back and forth, right? That's a quality problem, so I could try to fix that. Okay, let me pause the video and see if I can make this a GIF without using PowerPoint. I'll be right back. All right, I just Googled around a little bit, and I haven't tried these, but if you don't have PowerPoint, I bet you one of these methods would work. You could just try these steps here. If that doesn't work, I just go to the next one and I try these steps, which looks like the same. Then I try the next one, and until I find something that works. Sometimes, you know, when you're making solutions like this, you have to try a couple different methods, and sometimes they don't work, and you explore a different way. Anyway, hope that was useful. Talk to you guys later.